Alrighty guys, it is Qaaman here today, bringing you another Q&A segment. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into this video. So the first question comes in from SSGOSS, and you could already see what he did with his name there. He's a good friend of mine, I know him personally, and he wants to know who is the best Mortal Kombat player you know. Now he's actually doing this to tease me for like an inside joke, because I recently went to an event with SS Goshen 4 called Florida Fandomania, and I was actually playing with my friend Gio some Mortal Kombat, and let's just say he's never played Mortal Kombat before. He picked it up and he kicked my ass. That's pretty much what happened. You're the best player, Gio. Alright, let's see here. And Geekdom's obviously saying he's good. Geekdom's also pretty good at Mortal Kombat 2. I've seen him play. Alright, Living Ichigo wants to know, how can Future Trunks block Deborah's spit with his bare hands in Dragon Ball Super and not turn into stone? I mean, honestly, I don't even know how to answer that question. What I personally just interpreted it as is that the Supreme Kai was guiding him on how to avoid it somehow, and maybe, I don't know, use his ki to like deflect it. He was probably aware of the attack before, but honestly, I really honestly don't know. Alright, so let's see. Geekdom wants to know what is your name and how big is your twat? My name is Qaaman, you already know what my name is, and he wants me to say this thing for the 50 millionth time. My name is Keisha and my cunt ain't very big. Alright, so let's go down here. Blue-haired Super Saiyan wants to know, what do you think Funimation will call Black Goku when they do the dub? Will they change it to Blue Goku to avoid racism? No, I don't think... No, the thing is, okay, I think I don't know if he's telling a joke or if he's being serious, because here's the thing. The whole thing they did with Mr. Popo and Kai, that was to like avoid like racist undertones, because let's be honest, Mr. Popo does have super exaggerated features of a person of African descent. And that's a little bit of a different case. Black Goku, they're calling him Goku Black because he's kind of like an evil Goku. It really has nothing to do with being black. So it's just what he's called, Goku Black. That's all it is. There's nothing to really change. It's a different connotation. Alright, Qaaman versus Qaaman. I would say Qaaman's definitely better. Qaaman doesn't exist. Qaaman, who's stronger, Real Lord Frieza or Emperor Big D, and where have you been? I think that Real Lord Frieza, man, that's a tough question. I mean, I'm gonna have to go with Real Lord Frieza. I mean, he could blow up planets. I mean, you know, Geekdom could turn Super Saiyan when he's mad, but I'm gonna have to go with Real Lord Frieza just based off of his base power strength. But piss Geekdom off, and I'm pretty sure you'll see somebody who could compete with him. Geekdom could turn Super Saiyan 2 or 3. With this new championship, is LeBron the best player ever? No, he's not. Jesus Lozano, I don't think he's the best player ever because of one championship. That's ridiculous. Is Bill Russell the best player ever because he has 11 championships? No. Is Michael Jordan the best player ever with 6 championships? Most would say so. Championships don't define what you are as a player, but I definitely do think that because LeBron beat a significantly favored team while he was down 3-1, that does speak for his legacy, because he beat a team that was supposed to beat his team with pretty much an inferior supporting cast, and with the third wheel not really showing up in Kevin Love until Game 7. So yeah, I will definitely say LeBron has moved up probably to top 6 or top 7 in the all-time greats, maybe even top 5, but he's not the best ever. What if Vegeta transformed into Super Saiyan when he got a Zenkai boost from Krillin in the Frieza saga? He wouldn't beat Frieza. Watch my video on what if Vegeta turned Super Saiyan on Namek. He wouldn't beat Frieza. I already did a video breaking this down. In a nutshell, some of the points that I was pointing out is the fact that Vegeta was still significantly weaker than what Goku was, you know, even with the Zenkai boost. So if you count that, Goku was stronger than Frieza as a Super Saiyan, but not significantly. Even though the manga makes Goku a lot stronger than the anime does, Goku, you know, Frieza could still obviously hold his own with Goku, so I'm gonna say he would still lose. And watch my video for better details. And this question comes in from Ali101. Which team do you like better, the Cavs or the Warriors? I prefer the Cavs. How about you? I mean, honestly, look, the Cavs are like the biggest nemesis to my team in the East. You know, obviously I'm a Heat fan. I want my team to beat the Cavs. I want them to win the whole championship. But honestly, like, after Kevin Durant joined, I'm not going to say I'm a hater because I'm not. But I do want to see the Cavs take them down because at this point, they're significant underdogs. And I also would like to see if LeBron could actually, you know, repeat with the Cavs, kind of like how he did when he played with the Heat. Okay, just to make it fair, I always try to just take one question from each person. Altgiro wants to know, do you think Tien from Resurrection F could beat third form Frieza from Namek? Yeah, I mean, at this point with all the training, yeah, third form Frieza's not that strong. You might even argue he could probably even compete somewhat with full form Frieza, but I'm not sure if he can beat him, but I'm sure he can compete somewhat. How do you think the Black arc would end? I'm assuming he's talking about Dragon Ball Super, the Black Goku arc. I mean, obviously Black Goku's gonna die. I think there's gonna be a secret villain we haven't heard of who's gonna die too. And Trunks is gonna go back to his time. I mean, that's really what I can give you as of what I've seen so far. And the last question for Twitter is, what are your 3 favorite porn categories? I don't know, I feel kind of weird saying this, but I'm just gonna answer the question honestly. I like watching doggy style. I like watching a woman in cowgirl, and I like watching, I don't know, hardcore, I guess. I mean, you wanted me to answer the question, I answered your question honestly. If you're gonna troll me because I answered a porn question, go ahead, but you guys know that 99.9% of guys who have, you know, access to the internet watch porn. It's not a new thing, guys. Alright, so on to Ask FM. Alrighty guys, so welcome to my Ask FM segment of the day, and as you guys can see, I have 26,022 questions to answer, so let's get started. So the question of the day is, have you ever given up on someone? Why? I mean, yeah, there have been some people in my life who've really pissed me off. There have been some people that, you know, I've turned down. Yeah, I've definitely given up on people, and the main reason is because if you break my trust, or if you're a person who really did something to piss me off, of course I'm gonna give up on you. But if it's a person I really legitimately care about, like, it's gonna be really hard for me to give up on them. But you don't have to not like somebody to give up on them. You can just give up on them in certain aspects, you know? Alright. On a scale of 1 through 10, how sad are you about D-Wade leaving the Heat, and what are your thoughts on the matter? Okay, this is a very tough question because from a logical point and business point of view, I feel differently from an emotional point of view. Obviously, Dwayne Wade is my favorite basketball player. He's my favorite athlete of all time in both NBA, NFL, baseball, boxing, everywhere. Like, he's my favorite athlete of all time. So from that perspective, it does suck that he's leaving the Heat, because if I feel like a part of my childhood is gone, but it's also meaning that I'm growing up too. And on a scale of 1 through 10, I would say I'm sad on that much from an emotional scale, but I understand from a business perspective, the Heat didn't want to pull a Kobe Bryant situation and overpay Dwayne Wade and pretty much have a bag of crackers on the roster and us sucking for the next couple of years. But now, ironically, that's kind of weird because Dwayne Wade's gone and now we don't have him, and it's not like the roster's any better without him. So we ended up losing on both scenarios, and Kevin Durant didn't come. So honestly, it sucks. I'll just say it that much. But yes, a 10 on how sad I am from an emotional standpoint. Alright, I know they most likely won't, but do you think the writers of Super should at least try to explain why the story can't fit with the GT continuity? No, there's no way to explain it, because listen, bro. You can't really ask this question because GT was made before Super. Yes, technically GT is supposed to take place after, but it was made before. So they're not thinking about GT when they're writing Super. Now, why can't it fit with the continuity? Certain things. In Dragon Ball Super, the Supreme Kai and Kibito unfuse. In Dragon Ball Super, Goku could go Super Saiyan God. Why couldn't Goku go Super Saiyan God in GT? You know, obviously there's a lot of these things, and the answer is, it was made before. So really, honestly, dude, there's nothing to really say. There really isn't. It was just made before. Are you good at drawing? No, I'm not really that good at drawing, but if you give me a significant amount of time to draw, I could probably do a halfway decent job if I have an insane amount of time to work on an image. Are there any hot girls in Antarctica? Well, pretty much the majority of people who live over here are women that are obviously significantly older than how old I am, considering the fact that pretty much everybody here is a scientist. So there really aren't that many young people in Antarctica, to be honest with you. Do you prefer going to pubs or clubs? Clubs, definitely. What are the top 10 greatest Dragon Ball GT episodes of all time? I don't have enough time to answer this question, bro, but I would say probably my favorite one would be when Goku killed Ice Shenron. I thought that was a very epic moment, and I also think when Goku was fighting off Omega Shenron, I thought that was great too. So yeah, those are probably like my top 2. And let's see, to take a few more questions here. Would you ever consider joining the Kanzenshuu forums? I mean, yeah, I kind of already do that. I've had an account in secrecy that I've had for years. I just don't really like talking from my YouTube forum. I just talk as just a regular guy. So yeah, I've already am a part of the Kanzenshuu forums, but in terms of contributing to the site, I don't think I'm needed. You know, you got other guys who, you know, already are very knowledgeable, that are doing a great job. They don't need me, and I have no time to do it. I'm busy working on my own videos. Have you got many of the Dragon Ball home releases other than the bricks? Do you own the Dragon Boxes, Blu-rays, movie sets, or do you plan to? I enjoy the Dragon Ball series. I'm not much of a collector, so I really don't have that many things to really show. And to take these last 2 questions, hello Qaaman, my name is Devante, pronounced Devante, and I have been a huge fan of yours since you had 80k subs. I joined late, but what do you think of Black Goku Blackarod? I mean, I don't really know much to say right now because Super's like kind of new, but I'm sorry, the arc is kind of new, but I mean, at first I wasn't happy with the whole evil Goku idea because like I've been kind of, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm gonna man up and admit it. I was one of the people who was kind of against the whole evil Goku movement that fans were always thinking about. I always thought it was a silly idea. And listen, I do think it's a silly idea, but if they can write it well, I'll give it a shot and I'll commend it where it is. If they can do a good storytelling job of Black Goku, I will honestly think they did a good job. I'm not going to just use my bias to dumb down the concept of him. Okay, how strong is Chaozu? Does he have the potential to actually become relevant in the series? No, Chaozu's not going to become relevant in the Dragon Ball series. I mean, come on. Chaozu's probably like, I want to say Captain Ginyu. That's what I'll put Chaozu at most. That's what I think. Alright, so guys, that's been my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my little Q&A segment I did for you guys. So, most importantly, over everything else, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, as I always say, to have a great day, guys.